Dear Dean, Vice Dean, lecturers, fellow students, guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege to welcome you to our seminar on behalf of the Faculty of Economic and Administrative Sciences, Business Administration Department. We are indeed grateful to you all, and especially to our guest speakers who, regardless of their tight schedule, did not refuse but have honored our invitation to share their knowledge concerning strategic entrepreneurship. By pleasure, I am inviting the organizer of the seminar and head of Business Administration Club, Dr. Ayşen Barbaroğlu, to the stage for her speech.
Good morning, our valuable guests, Dean, Vice Dean, my colleagues, and dear students. Today it is a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to the second edition of Strateji Games and Conference. Myself and Dr. Tarık Atan, we are very excited to see you here, and we have no doubt that it will be a very fruitful day for all of us. When we initiated the idea of Strateji Games last year, we didn't expect such an interest from our students. And this year I am also very happy to see the interest in our event. We are aiming to make it a traditional event, hopefully, which will repeat each spring semester. Yes, as we all know, we are going to talk about strategy today. The word strategy is, as we all know, is a word we oftenly use in our daily lives. When you are a student, your aim is to get good grades and graduate. These are your goals, and you need to have a strategy to achieve them. Or, if your goal is to live a healthy life, for example, you need to structure your way of living, which is another kind of strategy. Of course, when we talk about the business world, companies should also have competitive strategies in order to achieve their goals and survive. Today we have three successful entrepreneurs and business people who will enlighten us with their knowledge and experiences. Ms. Ozerlat, Mr. Kürşat, and Mr. Genc. I'd like to welcome you again. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for your valuable contributions in advance. While ending my words here, I want to keep it short. I'd like to remind you with one sentence. Your life is your game, and in order to win, you need to have competitive strategies. Thank you for coming again, and I wish you a fruitful day.
Now, it's my pleasure to invite the Dean of Faculty of Economic and Administrative Sciences and Head of Business Administration Department, Professor Dr. Tuncer Tokul, to the stage for delivering his speech.
Good morning, everybody. Loud. You're welcome, all guests, our guests today from industry. They will talk about the success examples, 3 companies in Cyprus. Before, I'd like to talk about the North Cyprus economy a little bit. As you know, 90% of all industry are small and medium-sized industries. This is the reality of this country. And the foreign exchange crisis resulting from the global developments as well as political developments in Turkey in August 2018 has deeply influenced North Cyprus economy. The Global Competitive Report of Turkish Chambers of Commerce has been exploited. This year, the theme of digitalization in enterprises in light of Industry 4.0 was processed. North Cyprus ranks 89th among 140 countries with a competitiveness index of 55.21. Performance of digital variables, digital skills of North Cyprus industry scored 44.6, ranked 105. Innovative capacity 62.3. Not bad, but not well. Today, the most important concept emerging the global economy is the intensive competition. Emergence of new markets like China, new markets in the world, global area. Development of economic relations between countries has increased globally. Our firms should be in global markets. How? Entrepreneurial culture and spirit of entrepreneurship in Cyprus is important, but not enough. We have to go play global strategy games. Don't forget the rules of global economy. Think globally, but act locally. What I recommend for industry peoples like this, friends, entrepreneurial marketing. Entrepreneurial marketing attributes willingness to change, be ready to change. Innovation focus and proactive innovations. Risk management, resource leveraging, customer intensity, value driven. The other things is that, especially in the global markets, to get a good success of Cyprus industry, should be the niche marketing. I'll give an example of my experience. A couple of years ago, I was in China. This is the new markets for all countries, United States and Europe. And every industry representatives went to China because population is 1.3 million people living there. Lots of things there. They eat everything. And the example is, I observed the reality. Red wine company from French sell the wine, red wine in a bottle, but inside is a snake. This is the culture. This is the cultural affections. In order to sell the red wine or products from French, they don't eat, they don't drink. That's the cultural peculiarities of the Chinese people. I didn't taste it, but some tasted. The people like to drink red wine with snake. I got a helium cheese here. You see that? Milk, goat milk, cow's milk. You have to adapt your product to the country you go. If you say that this is, should be the milk, cow milk, they don't accept it. Customer decide what you produce. Marketing starts with customers. By marketing research, they want what they want. After selling the product, no, your responsibility is finished. Continue. If you obey these rules, you get a good performance in global markets. Well, lots of the things to talk about, but our guests will give some examples, success examples, like we'll hear it. Listen to their stories. But the Cyprus economy should be increased by doing these rules, the concept, management concept, marketing concept. You say that no problem, we sell it. You don't sell it. You don't increase your performance. Okay, thank you very much.
Many thanks to our dean. Now I am inviting the panel moderator, everyone's popular lecturer, Associate Professor Dr. Tariq Atan, and our guest speakers. And our guest speakers, Mr. Dengiz Kürşat, Ms. Ilke Ozerlat, and Mr. Mustafa Genc to the panel in the stage. Mr. Mustafa Genc was born in 1978 in Famagusta, Cyprus. In 1999, he completed his double major degree in Economic and Business Administration in Boston University, and he graduated from MBA in EMU in 2004. He has been actively involved in the business for 20 years. Currently, he is a member of the Chamber of Commerce and serves as a co-chairman in Turkey-Cyprus Joint Chamber of Commerce Forum. In addition to being a member of the board of directors in his family company, Genc Ltd, he is also the general manager of finance and administrative affairs in the company. Mr. Dengiz Kürşat was born in Nicosia, Cyprus in 1976. He graduated from the Faculty of Business Administration at Bilkent University in 1998. And in May 2000, he graduated from University of Miami, Florida, USA, with a double major in Master in Marketing and Management with high honors. Dengiz Kürşat began his professional career in 2000 in USA. After he had returned back to Cyprus in August 2003, he established the first 3Max franchise offices in Cyprus. Following a very successful cooperation period of 12 years with 3Max, in 2015 he established Avertis Real Estate Ltd, which is the first and sole local real estate franchise brand in Northern Cyprus. He is also currently Ishat High Advisory Board Chairman. Ms. Ilke Ozerlat was born in 1990. She received her law degree in 2011 from University of Reading, United Kingdom. She completed her MBA degree in University of Cyprus in 2015. She is actively at the managerial position in Ozerlat Ltd, established in 1932, and she is also an intermediate coffee roaster, sensory expert accredited by Specialty Coffee Association of Europe.
As you see, nothing but success here, okay? I feel very much lucky to have these distinguished speakers here today. They have somehow spared some time for us to share some of their very important insights, and they did it to be able to spare this time from their very, very schedule, and I really feel thankful. Let's talk, and we got to listen to our guests. But I'm going to start with some very popular joke today. Well, it is a joke, but there is some truth in it. It goes on like this. Those who can, do. Those who cannot, teach. Well, of course it's a joke, but I want you to understand my point of view, that those people are the executors, doers. They make things happen. And it is extremely important for us to have the chance to listen to them. But please do not underestimate them. You all listen to their CVs. They are really strong on theory too, isn't it? So, theory and practice embedded in these speakers, and they are generous enough to come here and share some valuable insights and experiences with us. So I am eager to listen to them. Thank you for coming, all of you. Would you care to take the lead and start, sir? Okay.
He's also a very popular one.
Good morning, everyone. We were thanked for our time, but I would also like to appreciate you guys assembling here to listen to us. We were referred to as success stories. I'm extremely humbled by that, and I appreciate your remark on that. I graduated from university, from Beacon University, back in 1998. And I believe most of you guys weren't even born yet back then. 1998, and I remember myself basically, like you guys, young, bright. I see a lot of bright eyes here, and I like that very much, to be honest with you. Sitting in one of these chairs, something similar to this in Beacon University, and listening to people like, what's referred to as success stories, and as I said, I'm humbled by that. And, coming back to 2019 after so many years, and I think it's a very, very good feeling, and I would like to say that I can relate to you guys. I can understand what you're going through in the business faculty, how hard it is, and how much hard work you're putting into it. And I believe it's one of the best faculties, or the best things to study in the world, because it basically is a very diverse faculty, and you can do whatever you want later on in life. You can accomplish your dreams later on in life, which is, I believe, what life is all about. As I said, I graduated from Beacon University, Business Administration, 1998. Then I did my MBA in University of Miami and graduated in May 2000. And I've been in the business life ever since June 2000. I graduated in the year 2000, which was the turn of the century, but most importantly, it was a dramatic shift in the way of doing business, in marketing, in everything else, because internet was just kicking in. Not in the sense that you would receive information, but also internet was becoming the medium of marketing in a lot of things. I mean, today we take it for granted. We buy a lot of things on eBay, on Amazon, on everything. But back then in 2000, this was brand new. And I was fortunate enough to have brand new electives that were opened up in the faculty back then in the year 2000 in University of Miami. And I received electives like, marketing online, e-marketing, e-business, etc., which was very fortunate for me, because if I had graduated a year earlier, I wouldn't have the opportunity to get those electives, which basically altered my entire life, business life, ever since then. So I got hired immediately because I had this elective, and I was fortunate enough to understand how marketing was going to be done later on, even online. And I immediately got hired by a .com company, which was called Tell3.com. Tell3.com was a fascinating company in the sense that it created a breakthrough. Does anyone recall what's a calling card? Do you guys know what a calling card is? I mean, this is the era before WhatsApp, Viber, Facebook Messenger. Do you guys any recall what's a calling card? For the ones who don't, a calling card is basically a card. You go to a supermarket or a grocery store, you would pick it up, you would buy it, and there was a scratch, there was a PIN code at the back of it. So you would scratch the code and enter it to a 1-800 number, and it would give you a limited time that you could talk on the phone and you could call long distance. It was before WhatsApp, before Viber, anything. And people would go to the grocery store, buy a $25 worth of calling card, so that they could call back home. I mean, you guys are from, some of you guys from Africa, Iran, this, that. People would call their homes by using these calling cards. But the problem was, if you were to run out of credit during your call, you would have to run back to the grocery store, get another calling card, scratch back again, dial in the 1-800 number and call again to continue your call. This company that was hired by, which is called Tell3.com, did an innovation, did a breakthrough, and it attached credit cards to the calling cards, so that once it reached a certain threshold, which was $3, the calling card will be automatically recharged from the attached credit card. I mean, you guys take it for granted right now, I can see that, but back then it was a phenomenal breakthrough because you wouldn't have to go and run back to the grocery store. Imagine that. So this company hired me, and I started doing e-marketing for them. And being in the United States, it was phenomenal back then. At one point we have accumulated in excess of 33 million email addresses. 33 million email addresses that we were marketing on a daily basis. This company grew from zero to $2 million in less than a year. $2 million per month turnover I'm talking about, in less than a year. It was fascinating times for me. Of course, me being 25, 26 years old, young, living in Miami Beach, etc., making a lot of money, you can appreciate the life I was enjoying back then. So this was going on. It went on for 3 years, and it was a dream come true for me because, as I said, I always wanted to stay in the U.S. for a while and experience the business life in the United States, and it was fascinating, as I said. But I started receiving phone calls from my parents, from my mother specifically, because back then I had a Puerto Rican American girlfriend, gorgeous girl. My mother always calling, "Oh son, I love you dearly, I want you to come back home." I said, "Mom, leave me alone, I want to stay, I'm enjoying myself, I'm making money, I have a beautiful girlfriend, this, that." "No, I want you to come, you're going to marry her, you're going to be lost in the United States, you're never going to come back." You know how it is, you can relate. So I said, okay. In 2003, I was also monitoring the economy here in North Cyprus, becoming a little homesick and everything. I decided to come back and, get into the real estate industry. The thing is that psychologically, my entire family is in real estate, in construction to begin with, to be honest with you. But when I was a youngster, my father had suffered from a tremendous heart attack. And he had gone through a quadruple bypass operation for 4 veins. And my psychology was deeply affected by that, and I never wanted to get into construction because I saw him suffer from that. And I said, okay, construction is taking off, and it's booming, but I don't want to do construction. But what I know is that I know marketing. So I might, find a niche that I can start marketing real estate from Cyprus to the overseas. And what I did was that before coming to Cyprus, I had many friends in the US, and I contacted them, one of them, and I said, listen, I want to set up a company in Cyprus, and I want a corporate image being created in the United States so that I can take it to Cyprus and, establish it in Cyprus. And that's when my colleagues, my friends back then, they created this corporate image for a company called Avertis. And it was, as I said, the logos, the corporate image, and everything was done in the United States. I got everything, and I came to Cyprus to set up this company called Avertis. And just immediately when I got back from the US, I was sitting in my father's office, you know, talking with my father, this and that, but I felt that I wasn't be able to, I wasn't going to be able to get along with him too much, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that as well. And I was getting ready to set up my own company called Artis, and then I saw an ad on the newspaper one morning. It says, Remax is looking for franchise partners in Cyprus. And I had known Remax from the States because it's the #1 franchise company real estate franchise company in the world, and I was doing business with them in the United States. So I had known this company for a while. And I looked at it, I'm like, okay, Cyprus, imagine 2003. Were you guys born then? 2003? You guys were alive? Okay. 2003, but think of Cyprus, in 2003, there were no brands, nothing. I mean, mom and pops for small and medium-sized enterprises, yes, but no name brands, no brands. Bringing a franchise to Cyprus, I mean, imagine no Gloria Jeans, no this company, no that company, no coffee shops, no nothing, 2003. So I'm going to bring over a franchise, also a real estate franchise to Cyprus. It was phenomenal. But again, it was a dream come true. So I saw the ad, I guess it was 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever. 5 minutes later, I picked up the phone and called them in Istanbul. The regional headquarters are in Istanbul. I told them, listen, I'm this. I just got back from the US. I know your company. I want to come and have a little chit chat. They said, why not? So I hung up the phone. I bought the ticket. That like 5 minutes. And called the travel agency. I bought the ticket. And the very next day, I went to Istanbul, to the headquarters, to the regional headquarters of Remax. And we got into a meeting. We talked about the terms. I mean, I wasn't really in a position to negotiate anyways. We agreed on the terms. And I said, listen, I got some money back in Cyprus. I'm going to go to Cyprus and come back. They probably didn't believe me. I mean, this young guy, he's going to go to Cyprus and come back. Probably they thought, I was kidding, or, I was going to disappear and never come back. But I did. I came back to Cyprus. The very next day, I gathered my funds. I also convinced my sister to partner up with me. I gathered some funds. I put it in my pocket and went back to Istanbul, to Remax headquarters. And then that was the time that, I presented them with the initial franchise fee. And I had bought the franchise, Remax franchise, just like that. So, it was phenomenal, guys. I mean, no brands, no international franchises, no international brands whatsoever. The only international company that was there was the HSBC Bank, which is now closed in the northern part of Cyprus. There was only HSBC and nothing else, no international brands. And me, this young guy, had bought this franchise, and I was going to bring it to Cyprus, and I did. But the thing was that I was so accustomed to, I was so used to the way Americans or American franchises do business. So I was so okay with the way Remax was doing business. But the thing was, their trick was, they were not paying any salary to people. It was a commission-only business. So you would hire an agent, okay? You would recruit an agent. He or she would come into the company, and he would make his or her living by basically sharing a percentage of the commission generated by his or her sale. Okay, so what if they don't sell? The automatic question was, what if I'm not going to sell? And it wasn't anything like today. People would be so, I'm driven, I'm going to sell, people will ask, what about salary? I have debts to pay. I have kids who go to school. I mean, you're not going to pay me any salary? And I would tell them, no, I'm not going to pay you any salary. If you don't sell, you don't make money, I don't make money. But if you sell, you make good money, I make some money. That was the entire idea. So initially when I got back to Cyprus, it was somewhat difficult at the beginning because I basically had to create a market in the northern part of Cyprus, which was very closed in the mentality because everybody wanted a governmental job or whatever, memur. And I need to basically talk to a lot of people and convince some of them so that they would join up my company on a commission-only basis. It took me a while. It took me 2.5 years to basically get it off the ground. But perseverance, hard work, and everything, it happened. In 2.5 years' time, it started taking off. I started making some money out of it, and it became very successful. I am proud to say that I am one of the guys who introduced this pose on the banners that you see today. You know, the real estate guys do like this, and like, you know, on the banners. I introduced that to Cyprus, okay? You know, they write down their cell phone numbers on the banners, 0533, whatever. I introduced that to Cyprus. Before that, it was the company. I'm not sure how that. Back then, it was a big deal. Right now, everybody's copying it. You know, I changed. I'm not this right now. You know, not like this. But anyways, so it took off in about 2.5 years. And it became very, very successful. I opened up the first franchise in Girne. I opened up the second franchise. I convinced Remax to open up the second franchise with me in Lefkoşa. And at one point we were up to 35, 40 agents, which was unheard of in Cyprus. You know, 40 agents working on a commission-only structure in one company, no salary. It was unheard of. But it was done. But, you know, somewhere along the line, especially in real estate, you start creating your own network of clientele, you know, your buyers and your sellers. And, you know, I started feeling, okay, I know I created this image for this brand, I brought it onto Cyprus, this franchise, that, but it wasn't really satisfying because back then I had a dream. I had a dream of setting up my own brand, which was Avertis, which was set up anyways before I even came from the US. I mean, if you recall, I had set that up before coming from the US. That was my initial aim, but you know, when the opportunity arose, I just grabbed it for Remax. But I always had it in me. My dream was to set up my own brand. I mean, I did an MBA, and my major, I have double major in MBA in University of Miami, and it's marketing and management. And my thesis on marketing was emotional branding, which I'm sure you guys know. It's basically creating a brand and on a services-based company, and basically conveying that message and bringing that brand up alive, you know, taking it alive. So that was my dream. So when the right time came, in my opinion, in 2015, I sold my rights in the franchise. I made money. And immediately, 2 weeks afterwards, I set up Avertis, which is the current company that I operate, I run. The beauty of Avertis is that Avertis is the first services-based franchise out of North Cyprus. It is the first services-based franchise out of North Cyprus. I mean, there's one company which is called Mardo. I'm sure you guys know it's the ice cream company. That is the first franchise, but it's a product-based franchise. In essence, they sell their products, they sell their ice cream through their franchises. But it's not a service-based company. Avertis is the first service-based franchise out of North Cyprus. So that was my dream when I created Avertis back in 2015. And exactly like they called me crazy when I brought in Remax, that nobody's going to work for me on a commission-only basis, they called me crazy again. They said, are you crazy? You have all these American franchises, including Remax, that you built, and now you're going to create a Cypriot franchise. Compete with them? I said, yes. You know, that's my dream. That's what I want to do. That's my dream. And guys, again, in 2015, late 2015, I created Avertis. And started, again, you know, working very hard with Avertis. I started recruiting, you know, new agents, training them, etc., etc. And believe it or not, in about a 1.5 years time, I opened up what is called a satellite office in Nicosia, which is basically a self-run office that is connected to the headquarters of the company. But then, half a year later, which was just last year, I granted the first franchise rights of Avertis to an individual. They bought a franchise off of me. Can you imagine? Somebody believed in my dream. They put their hard-earned money into my dream, and they opened up their own business by using my brand. This was phenomenal. This was a dream come true for me, another dream come true for me. I'm so happy that I did that. I mean, I would have felt half complete if I wouldn't open up my own franchise. But now I'm feeling, you know, almost 100% in that respect. Our goal right now with Avertis is to convert the company into an island-wide real estate franchise. We're going to open up 6 or 7 additional franchises in the northern part of Cyprus, and it's going to be communicating one another, doing business with one another, the agents, the companies, the franchise companies, etc. But it's going to be only under one brand, the Avertis brand, that are going to be run by different entrepreneurs, people such as you are going to become. That's where we're heading right now, and that's my dream. And my plan is to get this up and running and to get this complete before the end of 2020, which is not too far out. And again, the next step for me will be to, I'm disclosing it for the first time, the next step for me will be to sell off the entire franchise of Avertis to a third party and call it a day. I would want to retire afterwards and make some money. Yeah, retire afterwards. That's my next brief that's going to be happening. And guys, believe it or not, I mean, as I said, I was humbled by your reference to me as a success story. But I'm also extremely thrilled to be in this conference room amongst young people such as yourselves. One thing I would like to point out is that I know how hard it is, and I know how difficult you foresee. I mean, how is it going to become? Am I going to be able to find a job? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? I can understand and appreciate that because I've been through the same thing. But guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, keep on dreaming. If you dream high enough, believe me, some miracle happens, and things start lining up, and things start happening. It's quite fascinating. I mean, everybody talks about this. Everybody talks about these universal energies, this and that. Okay, but out of experience, I can tell you, if you dream high enough and if you work hard enough for that, things start lining up. Things start opening up for you, and things do happen. So that's number one that I would like to strategize on. Number two, I would like to convey a quote. I would like to pass on a quote that was passed on to me on the day of my graduation from University of Miami. We were about to graduate, me and my classmates, and we were about to pass in front of this panel. We were going to hand out our diplomas to us. And my teacher, whom he loved me dearly, he cherished me dearly, he approached me and he said, do you know that the minute you will graduate, you will start becoming obsolete? The second you graduate, you will start becoming obsolete. Think about it. I mean, me over the moon, I'm graduating with high honors degree from University of Miami, I'm ready to conquer the world, and this guy, who I know loves me dearly, tells me that I'm going to become obsolete. What is that supposed to mean? He opened up, he elaborated on that, and he said, listen, right now, and this applies to you guys, he said, right now, you're at the top of the game. You're at the latest of innovation, you're at the latest of technology, you're at the latest of everything. But the minute you graduate, something new is going to come up. And again, something newer is going to come up. Something newer is going to come up. So it's very, very important, guys, that you keep up with the change. Everything changes but change. It's a cliche, I know that. But it's a fact. It's a very good strategy. Whatever you graduated out of, you really have to stick with the latest, what's going on. That is what's going to be giving you the competitive edge. You can work hard all your life, but if you're not up there, your game is not up there. Okay, your technology, the way you think, your marketing strategy, whatever is not the latest. Believe me, somebody younger, somebody newer, somebody more up to date will come and pass you by, without a doubt. So the most important thing, from what I gather, is that you have to keep up to date. I mean, look at me, for example. I started real estate in 2003, which was 16 years ago, guys. Right now, in 2019. I make maybe 80–85% out of my revenue, my income, out of Facebook. Back in 2003, it was newspapers. Who reads newspapers today? Do you guys read newspapers today? It's yesterday's news, right? Correct? Okay. If I were to be stuck by 2003 and I keep on advertising in newspapers, I would be obsolete. Correct? Simple as that. You need to be there. You need to be at the latest. Today it's Facebook. Believe me, tomorrow is going to be something else. Something else. The later date is going to be even something different. So you need to be there. Third thing, which is very, very important, especially in a country like Cyprus, is you have to be in a position where you always receive positive cash flow. In other words, your revenues should always exceed your expenses. Okay? This sounds intuitive. This sounds so normal. I mean, we need to make profit, right? We're all business people. We need to make profit. But sometimes, guys, when we see opportunities, we're excited and this and that, we lose track of that. Okay? And in a small economy like this, once you lose track of that, it's really difficult to bounce it back up. So, positive cash flow or positive income is always very important because obviously you have to have a reputation that you need to uphold. And in order to do that, to keep a positive cash flow always, regardless of the state of the economy, you have to be good. You have to be very good in something, one thing. I give you an example. I am very good. I am the best in selling villas in the Yeniket area. That's what I'm best at. I don't claim I'm the best seller of factories. I don't claim I'm the best seller of two-bedroom apartments. I don't claim I'm the best seller of hotels, blah, blah. No, I am the best seller, bar none. Okay? Best seller in villas in the Yeniket area. Whatever the state of the economy is, I have enough clientele in the pipeline that would support my positive cash flow. It's very important, guys. Very, very important. Because you get into a business, you start building a business, and you don't know what life will throw at you. You know, health issues might arise. You might get married, you might get divorced, you know, which happened to me. You know, anything can happen, you know. So positive cash flow is important, and in order to secure positive cash flow, you have to be very good in one thing. Everything else will follow. Everything else will follow. That's all I would like to say to you this morning. I appreciated you guys being here. Thanks for taking the time off of your morning and listening to us. I hope it wasn't boring. And I wish you good luck and success, and keep on dreaming, guys. Somehow it lines up.
Got it? Theory part. When I was trying to teach you SWOT, what do you say? You are sick and tired of all this SWOT. But it's not like this. You hear this story. The O stands for the opportunity. He saw the opportunity in Miami, grabs it. He saw the opportunity in Cyprus, grabs it. And he reshapes the industry here in North Cyprus. Isn't this interesting? Isn't this admiring? Okay. The second thing, strategy. Do you remember what we said to you? Strategy is not a one-time process. You don't do your strategy, hang it on the wall and take a picture of it. Here is my strategy. It doesn't work like this. Strategy is a process, we said. That is what we mean when we say the moment you graduate, you're obsolete. You have to evolve and continue. We really thank you very much to see this theory and practice, his practice, realized in your minds. So, it's your turn. Would you like to take?
Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to be part of this conference, first of all, and I'm glad to see you all here with those bright eyes and smiley faces. Today, I would like to skip my personal achievements part, but I would like to focus on our family company because it is a 102 years old family-owned business, which is quite old, and I think it's the oldest coffee roaster in Cyprus. So I would like to focus on how our family business got inherited from father to son and how we actually survived until these years. So our story. At Ozerlat, what we do is we've been roasting and grinding gourmet Turkish coffee since 1917 it was actually my great-grandfather who invented the business. And it's quite interesting how he actually started doing it. He was a coffee enthusiast, and he just had some green beans in his kitchen, and he was roasting it in a pan, and he would grind it in his hand mortar. And the smell of the coffee actually got all the neighbors overwhelmed, and all the neighbors started coming in and knocking on his door and saying, "Hey, give us some coffee of yours, it smells amazing." And this is how it actually began. It began with his enthusiasm to coffee, and it began how he actually started roasting it. And it was actually, so my great-grandfather who invented the business back in 1917 in Elmo Street, which is actually situated in the Greek side at the moment. This earned him the nickname Tahmis, which is called coffee roaster in Old Turkish. Upon my great-grandfather's death, it was my grandfather who took over the business. It's Hasan Derviş Ozerlat, the second generation Ozerlat, who is the first person who introduced the first electrical coffee grinding machine in a business in Cyprus and started selling ground Turkish coffee in local markets. He is the one who coined the name Hasan Derviş Ozerlat Kuru Kahve in local markets. So we can say that he brought mechanization and modernization to Ozerlat in the industrial processes for the first time. And as we move on, around in 1950s and 1960s, there was negative political conditions happening in Cyprus, which actually prevented my grandmother to advance his work in Ermo, in the original place. So he had to make a sudden decision to leave everything, his shop, his house, everything he owned, and he had to move to the northern side of Nicosia with basically nothing at hand. So we can say that this was his strategy. Sometimes your strategy fails. Sometimes you just have to change your approach towards your business strategy and maybe just even get out of the business, which can be a strategy. And upon my grandfather's early death, by the way, these are my grandfather's photographs from old years in front of his old roasting machine, in front of his old coffee shop back in 1932. The second photograph is in 1942. As you can see, he was always dressed up quite nicely and formal because he used to love what he was doing, and he had this respect to his profession as a coffee roaster. So upon my grandfather's early death, he died at a very, very early age. My father, when he was only 14 years old, the only son of Ozerlat, embarked on this decade-old journey at the age of 14, as I said, with his mother's help. And then around, it was in 1982 when my father got married to my mother helped my father to expand the business in our shop in Arasta, which is still situated at Arasta, and we today nowadays use it as a coffee shop. And it was around 1982 when they modernized the name to Ozerlat Coffee. So actually our business is set up in 1917, but our brand name was coined in 1982. And it was the growth, industrial growth era of Cyprus generally in 1990s, because everything was more settled, at least after the wartime. Things were more quiet and calmed down, that the industrialization could grow a little bit in the northern side, that my parents expanded the business more and moved the coffee production to a new factory. It is situated now in the Nicosia industrial zone. They have introduced new high technology roasting and packaging techniques and packaging materials, to preserve the taste and keep the coffee fresh longer. So they actually, they always wanted to improve their production facility in a better way, and they never wanted to step back from the quality of the production they were doing. They were ready to work 12 hours a day and spend majorly all of their money back to their businesses to improve the processes more, to be able to produce a better product, which was quite important in my opinion. And it was 2000 when the youngest Ozerlat took up on this challenge, and we wanted to change our careers. I have studied law and I have practiced as a lawyer for Cyprus, but it was not quite long after that I realized that what I wanted to do was not law, was not to practice law. What I wanted to do was something that I was more passionate about. It was about our family business, thankfully, that I really, really enjoyed seeing the whole production line of coffee, and I was quite enthusiastic about it too. So I decided to stop practicing as a lawyer, and I started to work in our family company, like in old days. And it was also my older sister, Ile. She has formed Ozerlat UK Limited in London, and she has launched her company at Taste of London. And right now, she has since acquired over 20 stockists in the hospitality and retail sector in and outside of London. Yeah. So, as third and fourth generation Ozerlats, we took up the challenge to work together and provide the unique taste of Ozerlat coffee to the world that was once born in a small street in Ermo in Nicosia. What we had in common was actually our family's mutual passion. We are lucky that we all had a passion on coffee. But we also had a mutual act. We always followed our own passion and excel it to the fullest. So we carefully create roasting profiles tailored to ensure a perfect cup of coffee every day, every batch. And this was I think what we inherited from our great grandfathers. Quality and sustainability were two vital aspects of our company, and at Ozerlat was traditionally built on this belief, and we always believed that there is a very strong synergy between quality and sustainability. And in this sense, I can say that we maintain our traditions of our forefathers, and we remember the traditions, but we have to reformulate our plan for reaching specific objectives. And your objectives can generally change because of an ever-changing industry. So what I can say is in an competitive industry like ours, we, the new owners, had to formulate a high-level plan for reaching specific business objectives that we could exploit. And building on our founders' vision, strategic plans succeed when they lead to business growth, a strong competitive position, and a strong financial performance. So in this sense, what I can say is that your business strategy is your firm's working plan for achieving its vision, prioritizing objectives, competing successfully, and optimizing financial performance with its business model. And according to my experiences, what I can advise you to do in your businesses is to actually focus on 5 simple steps. And I can simply say that first, you have to have a vision. So in our cases, our vision was to create the aroma we wanted in our cup, but also let all the other people taste it with us. And we always had the mission to keep it at a very rich and high quality and make our business sustainable. So in this sense, successful strategies build on the founder's vision. You can be your founder yourself, but also the core idea has to be about the substance, shape, and direction of your business. The second simple step, in my opinion, is to focus on, after you create your own vision, is to focus on your top level objectives. These means, that basically summarizes the purpose of your business strategy. What you have to decide what you want to aim to achieve in life and in your career life. And third, plan your attack and choose your battlefield. So firstly, a plan of attack, which is the general approach for differentiating your firm or your company and its offerings from the other competition, from other competitors. Secondly, the battlefield, which is the specific market and market focus where competition takes place. And a small example from our company, when my sister first decided to export coffee to London, we said, okay, we will start with the products that we already produce in Cyprus, and let's try just exporting and penetrating into the market. And our target market was actually Turkish people in London. As soon as we started exporting, we have seen that the competition was too vigorous for Northern Cyprus standards because we had too many expenses to occur to export our product to London. And competing with other brands in a Turkish market was quite difficult. So we said, okay, we will change our product and we will turn it into a premium range. We will have different blends of Turkish coffee. We will change the packaging material, and we will also change our target market. And we said, we will not focus on selling this product to Turkish people in London, but we will focus on selling this product to English people and actually teach them the Turkish coffee experience, which was quite different, which was quite new to them. And in this sense, after we have reformulated our products, we have seen that it was quite successful because the interest of English people to our Turkish coffee products was tremendous. So in this sense, what I can say is that you have to know where the competition takes place, and you have to know how to attack to that, and sometimes adjust your strategies according to the environment. And fourth step, develop the business model, which is quite important. This is basically to build a quantitative model, which implies you have to have a business model that is realistic and also credible. So you have to be, realistic with your plans. You have to be quite clear with your objectives, and also quite clear with how to get there, how to get to where you want it, and really work on it. And the last step, build the strategic framework. So success with the highest level strategy is due to the underlying product strategy. So branding strategy and operational strategy, for instance, will be the framework that will support your business plan. So to sum up, and not to bore you more about the theory, what I can say for you, you're quite young and you might be at a stage where you really don't know what you really like or what you really want to do in life. But there will be a time that you will say, yes, I found what I like and I found what I really want to do. And what I can advise you is to try to think a little bit more out of the box and widen your horizon and see what's needed around and see what you really like. And try different approaches, of course. And dream, because I think dreaming is halfway to success, and you can only start by dreaming, as my friend Dengiz told as well. And follow your passion. Always take some risks, and love what you're doing, love what you have a passion for, and excel it greatly. So success will follow after you get to this point, in my opinion. And I would like to finish my speech with I like this quote actually. I would like to reference it, and it will sum up all the points that I wanted to say. And it's Steve Jobs' quote actually. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle, as with all matters of the heart, you will know when you find it. I like this quote. I follow it. I will finish my speech here. So I actually followed it in my case as well. I was quite young when I had to choose the subject that I had to study back in university. I loved the subject that I studied, but when it came to the practice, I realized that it was not, for me. It was not fulfilling my own dream and my passion. And it was never too late to embark on a different journey and start from the beginning over again. And my grandfather was a good example of it when he actually left his shop and family and home, everything, and he started over again to his business in the northern side of Nicosia. And all I can say is I'm quite honored to be amongst all of you here. I wish you all the best and success in your studies. Follow your dream and see you again next year, hopefully.
Yes, another 2-3 words. Did you see when she mentioned that you are going to take some risks and time to time you might fail? That is the reality of life, and that is important as long as you keep the process in control. So the future always holds some kind of unknown. Be ready for it. And the second thing I want to emphasize, her insistence on quality. We have just covered this subject, isn't it so? In all her story, she is insisting on quality. You remember how our dean mentioned that it is the customers who decide your success. That is how it works. Insisting on quality makes the difference. And thank you very much for this. Mr. Genc, time for you.
Hello everyone. Usually cooler guys and girls who are not very not good but not very enthusiastic at school sits in the back, and more hardworking ones sit in the front. Is it so? I think so. Anyway. Thanks to the faculty for inviting me here. It's really a pleasure to be here today with you. Two great speakers spoke before me. I know Dengiz from childhood, and he's so excited about speaking to the crowd, so we did not stop him to take the lead here again, but he showed a great performance. I think your professor's popularity went down after he spoke. Before I start with the presentation that I prepared, which tells the story of our family company, I like to give you advices to you right in the beginning. What you are seeing now on this floor during these presentations is actually business people getting good education, yes, but knowing what they talk about and presenting themselves well. So I also like to tell you this detail that it crossed my mind when I got the invitation from Ayşe Hanım a few weeks ago. I checked who is invited. I didn't know Ilke very well, so I wasn't very worried about her performance, but I know Dengiz very well, and he's a great speaker and he's a very popular guy, so I had to prepare. But on the other hand, I know that he speaks so well, and when he's going to come up here, you know, and he always dresses well, and with his charisma he's going to perform amazing. I wouldn't prepare notes or something to read from, so I was a little bit stressed in the beginning. You know, he's gonna do great, and I go up and I'm like excited, or you know, I'm reading through the book or something. I said, no, Mustafa, you gotta take this thing serious. Study what you're gonna talk, and be self-confident. So the crowd listens to you, and Dengiz doesn't look better than you. So, so the first advice is, yes, you are having great time at school right now, and you are going to be graduated soon, and the outside world, the business world, is not so naive and so safe like here. You're gonna face great competition, and when you're gonna face great competition, you need to get good education out of the school here, but also learn as much as you can and have self-confidence in you, because this is going to help you a lot. So I'm going to give you more advices at the end, but let's go through the presentation, and we talk at the end about more details. So who are we? We are a 60 years old company in North Cyprus. The company was set up by my grandfather. I am named after him. His name was also Mustafa Genc, and it was first established in Famagusta as a small hardware shop. And before I go further, I like to note this, that my grandfather unfortunately was killed during the Cold War in 1963, when my father was 16, and he was also the only son child of the family. So he left high school and he took over this small hardware shop in 1964. So my grandfather was only able to run the company for 4 years, and then my father took over. And in this small shop that you see, we operated here for 27 years, and we invested whatever we earned in our business and started growing. This is our headquarter building in Famagusta. On the bottom right, that's my grandfather. They say that I look like a little bit to him. This is still our headquarter office. We built this office in 1986. Other than being a headquarter office in the earlier years, the first floors of the building was also one of our shops, and we kept renovating it and adapting it to the new changes and the customer inquiries in time. We also opened a shop in Nicosia in 1982, and then these are the nostalgic pictures from the past. We built our own second shop in Nicosia in 1997, then the third place in 2001, and this is how it is now. We renovated this place also. This is the Famagusta shop that we had in 1995, and we also kept renovating it every few years. This was in 2002, the same place. This was 2009, and this is how it is now, like this. It's like a very modern DIY shop that you see also in other countries. This was our warehouse in 2000. We enlarged it and keep most of our hardware and small product stocks in this warehouse. We also developed a shop in Kyrenia and opened it in 2006 and kept renovating it. Look, this was the trend in 2006, and with time and with also the company image and the logos changing, we converted it to this one. It doesn't look very similar, but this is how it is now, and this is our company image for all shops that we have around Cyprus. We also made a new logistics center with the company growing, and we need more space, outdoor and indoor. We made a very big logistics center in 2009. We sell not only small products for home improvement, but we sell steel, wood, like almost most material that you need to build a building. And this is how the new logistics center looks now. Customer always make a decision when buying a product and consider if the product that he's going to buy has after-sales service. So we also invested a lot in creating a technical service department within our company, so that the customers who will buy electronic or products that need technical service later on can find good service. And these are our customers around the island. We do not only sell within our shops, but we also have outsell. We have salespeople going around the island to small home improvement shops or DIY shops, and they collect orders and we deliver the next day. And we also help those shops technically and also financially to improve their businesses. We spend a lot of time and a lot of money into trainings and upgrading our staff from being able to do whatever they are capable of. And we hire consultants from outside. We made probably 100 different seminars or training courses during this last 15 years, and it helped our company to grow faster and our staff to upgrade further. This is actually the summary of the activities that we do. We have training programs, we attend local exhibitions, we have demonstration activities. We set up stands in different parts of the island and exhibit our products that we sell. We value the health and safety a lot, and we have special trainings for that. We have New Year balls, and we also have other activities to keep our staff motivated. We also established a company in Turkey in 2011. We have a small office there. We do not have a shop there. We represent these products. They are air compressors. They are a worldwide known brand, but we represent these products and few other products. We sell them in big DIY shops in Turkey, and also regional technical markets that are our customers. What else we do? We also have diversified investments out of our main business. We have a dormitory in Nicosia, 51 room. I don't know if anyone stays in our dormitory who goes to school here, because there are a few not here, okay. And we recently opened the boutique hotel again in Nicosia, which is the picture on top, and the dormitory in the bottom. So other than our main business, we are also in 2 different sectors, and also grow our company in different fields. This is our prestigious project. This is our new store that is going to be built this year. It's going to be in Nicosia, in a new developing area. It's going to be the biggest DIY shop in the north. It's going to be around 4,500 square meters. Okay, and when we were doing restructuring in 2009, we hired a consultant and got them in our company. And when we made meetings, we came up with a vision, mission, and the values of the company. And these are still valid today, and they represent the vision and the strategy and also the strong sides of our company. I like to go through very quickly on them. So our company's vision is institutionalized, leader in the sector, growing with continuous investment and innovation, being the first choice of customers and employees with its strong company name and high service quality. And our mission as Ilke Genc Limited company, we aim to provide solutions to our customers and address their needs instantly, to be an exemplary company for a righteous and ethical commerce, to provide better economic and social conditions to our staff, to contribute to the overall economic development of our country. And our values, which we are very proud to have and still not changed a bit, discipline, teamwork, respect, our staff, transparent information exchange, reliability, honesty, determination to succeed, and high technology utilization. Before we finalize with the presentation, this is the family picture. My father, mother, my brother, and our children. And this is a brief info about our company. So now, what we do. This is the fun part. Okay, I go back to my school years and I tell you a few things that helped me a lot to improve my personal skills. First of all, before I went to the university, I had zero presentation skills. So when I went to the US, and the first year was just elementary, the standard classes, I had zero difficulty. But after the second year, when I got into the business school and classes started to become all teamworks and presentations, I was getting so nervous and I was forgetting what to talk about, and I wasn't so comfortable about presenting things. And in time, yes, they also taught us at the school how to stand, how to talk, prepare well before you talk and everything, but presentation skills is one field, guys, that you all need to improve before you graduate, because it's going to help you a lot in your life. Without good presentation skills and without you describing yourself to the crowd or to the colleagues that you will have in your business career, you will not be successful. So have time or spend time and work on this. Second thing is, yes, we see a lot of success stories, bloggers, YouTubers, Steve Jobs, a lot of American dollar billionaires. Don't aim too high. Yes, aim somewhere in a good place, but don't aim too high because it's not that easy to get the similar achievements as those guys have. But of course, it doesn't mean that, you know, oh, you don't have any chance to be rich or to have a good career or to have a good life. No, but aim reasonably well. Don't aim too high because that will also make you unhappy and also may disappoint you in the later years not to do better than what you are capable of doing. Another thing is, it's not only enough to achieve well in your career, but it's also very important to do good in life for other people. When I was the third year at college, again the business school invited Colin Powell. He was the Clinton's Secretary of Defense, and he came to give a big speech at school. There were like 2,000 people in the conference room, and I remember very well what he said. He said that we built America as a dream, but it didn't happen randomly. We had a big vision, and in the center of the vision, we had the people. We gave people what they need to survive: health, infrastructure, security, education, and most things that we all love to have when living in a country. And he told us that yes, we can be very successful, very rich, or we can be just moderately successful people in our careers, but never forget to consider people as the most important element in your life, and also try to do good for the people other than your work. Like me and Dengiz, we still serve a lot in civil society. Why? Because what we learn and what we are doing is not only good if we can keep it for ourselves, but we need to help other people in the civil society. We are mostly working in the business civil societies, but we are helping other small, medium enterprises, owners to grow further, or talk to them, chat with them if they have any difficulty and they don't know what to do. We share our experiences. So whatever you are going to do later in life, do not forget to also serve in other fields than your work. This is very important. Another thing is networking. I was reading Muhtar Kent. Most of you probably know or read in the business case studies at school. He is the CEO of Coca-Cola. He considers every night that he eats at home as a loss. Why? Because when he's eating outside, having dinners or lunch, he's networking. So if you are guys planning to do business or planning to be successful in your career, you need to be very good with people, and you need to do good networking. And you need to be social. Of course, networking is not only in a place and standing at the corner like this. You need to be very self-confident and smiley and say hi to people, introduce yourself, and exchange cards or exchange info. It's much easier than before now. You can just add people by learning their name onto social media. You do not necessarily need to exchange business cards like we used to do. And some people don't carry business cards anymore most of the time. So now you are more lucky to have this social media tool that you can network with people. Other thing that I like to emphasize is I see a very diverse crowd here. You are from many different countries around the world. I also studied in the US and I had very different friends from different parts of the world. I think it's a great opportunity for all of you to study in such school with people who are from different cultures. Because what they taught us in the business school, in the first day of the main business courses, is whatever you are going to do in the business career that you have, you want to do it in teams. Alone, yes, you are some kind of a value, but you may not achieve whatever you are desired to achieve very easily. But with teams, by working well with people, you will have a more advantageous position than others to achieve your goals. So here, learning different cultures, learning different languages, learning different stories about people coming from different parts of the world is a great advantage. It may not look very exciting for you now, but I know that it is, and I learned a lot from those people that I studied together. So keep this also in mind and try to interact more with different cultures and people that come from different parts of the world. Other thing, yes, dream, but you need to work very hard. Without working, you cannot be successful, guys. Like Ilke's family business started with such a nice story and have amazing pictures. My company the same way. Dengiz's father is a legendary civil engineer with a lot of big construction references in Cyprus and also out of Cyprus. But our families and we work a lot. We do not work, we work a lot. So if you think that you will get out and you will reach your goals by working okay, I'm sorry to tell you, but you cannot. Enjoy school. I wish I was still at school, and it was the golden years, right? No worries, nothing, just having fun and studying. And don't consider classes as like boring or the most dull thing in life, because they are not. They teach you. Try to enjoy it, and if you can enjoy life, like go out, have fun, but also be good at school. I also graduated with honors from Boston University, and I did 2 degrees. I studied business and economics at the same time. I took more credits. I stayed to the summer schools, and I have 2 diplomas, business and economics, and it helped me a lot. Another thing that I would suggest to you is to work when you are studying. Maybe not during the semester, but during summer school. If you are going to get involved in the business sector, you guys need to have experience, work experience. And in the US now, after you graduate from business school, if you want to do MBA, they don't accept you if you don't have work experience. You gotta have work experience before you get into an MBA program. So work experience will teach you amazing stuff. Don't mind the money. Right now, you have a lot of time to make money later in the years, but try to work and gain some work experience before you graduate. You see? I want to say a few more things, but because I didn't take a note, I'm sorry I forgot. forgot. Okay. Anything else that I want to say? Technology. You guys, I'm sure that you are very good with social media and chatting over WhatsApp or different tools that you have on your phone, but that's not enough. You need to be very good with all computer skills that you can learn. More you know, more chance you have for success. So develop your computer skills, technology skills. It will help you a lot at your career. And finally, no, hold on. Finally, I like to say this. You know, we are in North Cyprus, in such a small place. Like when you are living in North Cyprus, it seems like you may not have big goals. But big goals is not like being a billionaire in the world and being world famous. Doesn't matter where you are, like us, being in North Cyprus, we have our own goals, we live for them, we work to achieve them, and we love working, we are very motivated about what we are doing and what we want to achieve. So, doesn't matter where you are, where you're going to be, definitely try to find something that you like to do. If you don't like something, change it. Steve Jobs said such a nice thing. You got into a job, you don't like it, yes, give some time, don't quit in the first month, but if you don't like it, change it. Don't get stuck in the career of spending years and spending time doing something that you don't like to do, because that will also make you very upset and block your career and also your private life in the later years. So don't mind the environment, don't mind where you are, just seek your goals, work very hard for them, and build very good skills and get good education from here. Do as much as you can during school life, and then try the best you can after school. Thank you very much. Good luck, guys.
You see, it is kind of touchy when you see the story of such a company starting from like coming all these years. When I see his story, just as Mustafa has mentioned, I understand the real meaning of the words insistence and persistence. Nothing comes easy. That is the thing, and that is the message conveyed by Mr. Mustafa. Also, you have to understand these two things. Mr. Kürşat emphasized being high. Mr. Mustafa said being reasonable. There is a dialectical relationship with these two. Let me join it that way. Dream high, but be ready to face the reality. That is the thing. Sir, thank you very much for this wonderful presentation.
My question is very short. It might apply to the three presenters, but let me ask to the last presenter. You talked successfully how your business started up until now. My interest area is to ask about competition. How are you surviving from competition? Because it's pretty well known that competition is there, and it's an area of interest to also highlight to us how you are outperforming your competitors. Thank you.
Thank you for being so brave to ask a question in this big crowd. We'd like more questions, please. Otherwise, can you please lock the doors if you don't? Okay. Yes, competition is everywhere, guys. Some people say that, oh, North Cyprus is such an isolated place and you do not, what kind of competition you can have here? No. We are in competition with Turkey because we are so close and people can even carry goods within their bags when they travel. We are in competition with the South. People who can cross to the South, again, can do shopping there and come here. So we are facing competition in a way much harsher than before. And what we do to overcome it is this. We try to supply goods with prices that can compete with Turkey and the South. That's very important. Like, we mind product pricing much more than before because people are free and more, they can travel easier than before. If you have high pricing compared to the competitive markets that you have, you cannot do very successful. What else we do? Because we are old, we work very hard and we invest the money that we earn back to the business, we become stronger. So when we are stronger compared to the competitors that we have in the local market, we have more bargaining power than other companies. We can buy cheaper or we can buy at better payment terms than them, and we use that as a competitive advantage against our competitors. What else we do? We value customer service a lot. Like your teachers teach you at school, and the dean started his speech with the best clause I also like. Customer decides what you sell. Customer is your company exists if you have a customer. So we value the customer service a lot. We train our people to give good service to the customers. We build very friendly and very comfortable shopping areas for customers to come shop and be happy where they are. So these are the basic things that we follow to overcome the competition we face. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other brave one of
Yeah, mine is a two-part question. Because to decide what you're going to do in terms of your career, and to decide what you're good at, and also to decide how big you're going to dream, like you pointed out, it requires self-awareness. And I want to understand, how did you acquire your self-awareness, and what can you recommend a student like me to do to acquire the same amount of self-awareness so I can plot my goals and my life? Thank you.
I'm going to ask you for a favor. Whoever is going to ask a question, don't ask me, because Dengiz is going to get jealous. After this question, ask Dengiz also. No, I was the last speaker. Don't get it wrong. That's why. Very good question. Very good question. You know, I'm 41 now. I think things that you dream and things that you learn and your self-confidence builds in time. Like, I'm more mature now. I know what I'm doing and I know what I want to do much better than before. So I'm going to answer your question when I'm 41. So, you know, if I was your age, I wouldn't tell you all these very concrete advices, because I wouldn't know. This is how I achieved and how I built my self-confidence confidence through these years. I always set up goals and I always made my decisions myself. My father or my parents never told me to go to US to study. Never told me to study business administration. Yes, my mom also told me to come back like you, not to marry American girl. But other than that, during my education career, no one told me anything about it. So education is very important, and right now, where you are sitting at right now, you need to be sure that you are at the right place. Are you studying something that you like and you think you are learning now? And when you are learning, you think with this knowledge that you are building now, you can be successful in the later years? Then stay here. If not, look at Ilke, such a good example. She studied law, then she decided to MBA and got into the family business. So you do not necessarily need to stay at the faculty that you started if you don't like it or if you think it will not help you to reach your goals. And after getting the education, I was a very social person. As I advised you, I did a lot of networking. I was always social, knowing people from different fields, different places, helps you a lot. Build good network around you. And I think here is also a very good opportunity because there are a lot of people from different parts of the world. And this is something that will help you in the later years. Again, I work very hard. When I was working very hard, I was reaching goals, then I was setting up different goals and run after them, finish them, then new ones. So it's actually a routine. You may not understand this right now, but when you get into the working environment and have an experience and achieve some things, then a path will appear in front of you, and if you work hard, you develop yourself, you achieve what you are given, you will just keep going and being more successful. And another thing is this, that I can tell you, I never value money as the first priority in my life, never. So success and working hard is something that I run after too, then money comes. So I forgot to say this, I was going to say it. I know that a lot of people in the young generation want to get rich next day they start working. That's not possible. And if you aim that, like when I was saying that, you know, aim high but aim reasonably, money should not be the first priority in your life. Achieving things should be priority in your life. Thank you.
Okay, we can manage to have one more question. Two more questions. No, the other person, you asked yours. There's somebody there.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, rather. My question is still directed to Mustafa. I'm sorry, I came in while he was having this presentation, so I really didn't know what the other speakers spoke about. Two questions, actually. One, for your company is a family business, obviously. I would like to ask, you've done 60 years, congratulations. The next 60 years, what are you guys, what's like the plan? If you were to advise an entrepreneur who is having year one today, what would you say he should plan for going forward in terms of the changes in the trends in market and in opportunities? Secondly, I love the part where you spoke about diversity. Definitely, citizens from over 100 countries are here, and I'd like to ask if your company is actually putting that to fruition, if your company hires people from different places, and if people here who maybe are business majors or e-commerce majors can come and intern at that place by summertime.
Are you a senior grade in the school? That's why. You know more. Very good questions. Thank you. Let me answer like this. We are trying to change the structure of our company to be governed or managed from a family-owned business and into a very professional and more transparent and professionally run company. So we spend a lot of money and a lot of effort into this to prepare ourselves to the future with also the newcomers, the fourth generation, which will be totally different generation. And when they come, the company should be in a very different structure, which can welcome them. Also, they will have opportunity to make their own decisions and to push company into the future with more success and better management. So we are working on it. We are working on it very hard, and we have been working on it for 11 years now, because it doesn't happen the next day. So we know what is expecting us. You know, the fourth generation should take over. That's what we want. That's what we dream about. But even if it doesn't happen, the company should be in a very professional structure that outsiders or professional people can also run it as good as us. And answer to your second question is this. Yes, we have about 100 staff, and only 2 of them are foreigners. I do not count Turkish as foreigners. So we have probably 70% local, 30% Turkish from mainland, and only 2 people working as a foreigner within our company. But we have such a professional structure right now that can adopt more foreigners, people with career aims, and who can develop themselves. So yes, we are open to hire more diversified staff from different parts of the world. You can send me a CV if you ask later on, okay?
Okay, ask your question.
My question is, you mentioned in your presentation that your work had started with your parents. So you have now a base to work from it. If this base wasn't found, how was your way? It will be changed or what?
Sorry. My parents started the company, yes, okay.
Yes.
Then, what did you ask? I'm sorry.
If you have to start your company with your own...
Okay. So if I want to start my own company other than the family business, what would I do?
Yeah.
I never thought about it. You know, maybe that's a very good question. Maybe that's another thing that I'm successful at what I'm doing. I'm concentrated at what I am happy doing about, and I'm not in any other search. I want to do this business, and I'm doing it. I'm happy with it. But if I would do something else, I don't think about it. Sorry, I do not want to lie to you.
Maybe we should get a small lesson. You start with 0 and you should pick the business. Business. We have Mr. Kürşat going into business while he was a student. Just grabbing the opportunity there.
I think the most important thing that you should consider is, I mean, obviously taking over a family business is a plus, and you know, if you were lucky enough to have an established business to take over, it's a great thing. But not every business is taken over from the family. In essence, you are being loaded, all of you guys, are being loaded with certain skills. But the most important thing about the accumulation of skills, or whichever skill that you want to, polish out, let's say, or excel at, you have to consider what's out there in the market and what's lacking in the market. So, if you get certain skill sets that is already existing in the market, okay, you're not going to be very competitive. Because a lot of people will be competing for the same job. So you have to analyze the market, whichever country that you're going to be working in, whichever market that you're going to be working in, you have to analyze that specific market and say, listen, this skill set is currently in demand, and you should focus on that specific skill set. For example, as I said, in my career, I was fortunate enough that I got taught in e-marketing, e-commerce, and that was a skill set that was very rare. Okay, so I was grabbed immediately. I was hired, recruited immediately. But if I were to acquire a certain skill set that was already in abundance in the market, it would have been very difficult for me. So you guys are smart. You guys are being taught with excellent faculty. You should analyze what basically the market that you're going to be working in, the country that you're going to be working in, and what's lacking in that specific market. I mean, this gentleman over there has also asked a similar question, if you ask me, about the goals and how he should become aware of himself. It's the same thing, basically. We are business people. We're businessmen, we're businesswomen. Okay? And business people are not emotional. We have to decide, we have to analyze that specific market and what's lacking in it, and we should be in a position to fulfill that lack or that niche or that whatever is in demand. That's what you should be doing.
For the rest questions you can ask during lunch break. Thank you, Salih. We would like to thank our guest speakers for sharing their knowledge with us. So I'm going to invite our Dean, Professor Dr. Tuncer Topol, and the host of the seminar, Dr. Ayşen Berberoğlu, to present the certificate of appreciation to our guests.